It is a miracle this film still exists today. A low-budget silent German film born of a deep belief in the occult that has become a classic of horror cinema. Here are 10 facts geeks must know about Nosferatu. Number 1. Nosferatu, based on a true story? The original 1922 film Nosferatu, A Symphony of Horror, was produced by Prana Film Studios, founded by artist Albin Grau and producer Enrico Diekmann. While serving in Serbia during World War I, Grau claimed he encountered a Serbian farmer who told him his father was one of the undead, a vampire. This story, according to Grau, inspired him to later make a film about vampires. Number 2. Albin Grau, occultist. Albin Grau was an ardent student of the occult. He was a member of the magical order Fraternitas Saturni, holding a master's chair under the name Master Pacitius. Grau left the master's chair in 1926 after the magical order decided to accept the teachings of the man once called the wickedest man in the world, Aleister Crowley. Number 3. An occult trilogy. Grau formed Prana Film in 1921 specifically to make films concerning the occult. In that year, they announced 3 films: Dreams of Hell, The Devil of the Swamp, and a vampire film. The vampire film, which became Nosferatu, was the only movie ever produced by Prana Film. Number 4. Nosferatu is Dracula. Albin Grau hired actor and screenwriter Heinrich Galeen to write an adaptation of Bram Stoker's 1897 novel Dracula for Prana Film. Though widely thought to be the first film based on Dracula, it is, in fact, the second. The first Dracula film was a little-known 1921 Austrian film, Dracula Hallela, or The Death of Dracula. This film, which really does not follow the plot of the novel at all, but purported to convey the basic idea of the novel, is now lost. Number 5. Nosferatu and Jekyll and Hyde. Prana Film brought on director F.W. Murnau to direct Nosferatu, A Symphony of Horror. Murnau was no stranger to horror or films adapted from classic literature, having directed Der Jahreskopf in 1920, an adaptation of Robert Louis Stevenson's 1886 novella The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. The film, now lost, featured an appearance by a young Bela Lugosi years before his breakthrough role as Dracula in the 1931 film. Before we continue, I'd like to invite you to check out the other shows available on Lord Blood-Rah's YouTube channel, like Lord Blood-Rah's Nerve-Wrackin Theater, which presents the best, worst, and wildest horror, sci-fi, cult films, and B-movies ever made. New episodes drop every Friday. Lord Blood-Rah's Nerve-Wrackin Auditorium, which features classic, chilling episodes of old-time radio horror, perfect for listening to on dark nights. Presented here with full animation. New episodes every Saturday. And Captain Paxar's Star Cadet Hour, the kind of show kids used to run home from school to see. Captain Paxar presents retro sci-fi adventures and movie serials from the 1940s, 50s, and 60s. New episodes every Saturday. And there's much more to see. Have a look around. Be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss a video. Thank you. Number 6. Schreck means fright. Originally, Conrad Veidt was offered the lead role in Nosferatu. Conrad Veidt had previously starred in the horror classic The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari and the aforementioned Der Jahreskopf in the lead role. Veidt and Murnau had worked together on a number of films, but he had to turn down the role due to scheduling conflicts. The actor finally cast to play the lead was Max Schreck. Schreck's unusual features and love of performing in makeup made him ideal for playing the undead Count. Albin Grau, the film's producer and a lover of the occult, may have also appreciated the fact that his last name, Schreck, was the German word for fright. Number 7. The Name Game. Henrik Galeen, the screenwriter for Nosferatu, based the screenplay on the novel Dracula, but changed the names of the characters. Count Dracula became Graf Orlok, Jonathan Harker became Thomas Hutter, and Mina Harker became Ellen Hutter. He also moved the setting for most of the film from London to the fictional town of Wiesborg, Germany. Since the film was made in Germany for German audiences, it has been said that the names and location were changed to make the film more relatable to German viewers, and not as an attempt to head off the legal troubles to come. Number 8. A Breakthrough for Murnau. Nosferatu, A Symphony of Horror, premiered on March 4, 1922. The film received very positive reviews and brought director F.W. Murnau into the spotlight. Nosferatu is still his best-known work, but much of the overall look of the film was due to the producer, Albin Grau. Grau designed the sets and costumes and drew the storyboards and promotional material for the film. Not to lessen Murnau's contribution, on the contrary, he used a more naturalistic approach to shooting the film than the impressionistic style indicated in the storyboards, which accentuated Graf Orlok's otherworldly presence. Number 9. Nosferatu Must Be Destroyed. Nosferatu was based on the Bram Stoker novel Dracula, and the original credits for the film acknowledge that the script is freely adapted from the work. But the use of Dracula was not authorized by the Stoker estate, and Bram Stoker's widow sued for copyright infringement. As a result of the lawsuit, Prana Film Studio went bankrupt, and all copies of the film were ordered to be destroyed. Luckily, prints of the film had already been distributed internationally, and several prints survived. Number 10. The Legacy of Nosferatu. Since its premiere in 1922 and its re-emergence after nearly becoming a lost film, Nosferatu has inspired a number of films and remakes, as well as adding to common vampire lore. Nosferatu presented the first instance of a vampire being destroyed by sunlight. In the novel Dracula, sunlight does not kill the vampire, but only weakens them. The first remake of the original came in 1979, Nosferatu, the Vampire. Directed by Werner Herzog and starring Klaus Kinski as Count Dracula and Isabella Adjani as Lucy Harker. The name change is due to the novel Dracula entering the public domain. The film was very well received and spawned a little-known Italian-produced sequel, Nosferatu a Venezia, Nosferatu in Venice, again starring Klaus Kinski, this time without the elaborate makeup. It was remade again in 2023 by director David Lee Fisher, starring character actor Doug Jones of Labyrinth and Star Trek Discovery fame. In 2024, director Robert Eggers released his critically acclaimed version of Nosferatu, starring Bill Skarsgård as Count Orlok, Lily Rose Depp as Ellen Hutter, and Willem Dafoe as Professor von Franz. As of the production of this video, Robert Eggers' Nosferatu has been nominated for a number of international film awards and earned $160 million at the box office. Films inspired by Nosferatu are far too numerous to mention here, but a standout is the film Shadow of the Vampire from 2000. A fictionalized account of the production of the original Nosferatu, A Symphony of Horror, the film stars John Malkovich, Udo Kier, and Willem Dafoe as Max Schreck. In the film, director F.W. Murnau, played by Malkovich, wanting absolute realism in his film, finds a real vampire and passes him off to the cast and crew as an actor, with the cast and crew dwindling quickly as a result. Nosferatu, A Symphony of Horror. A silent German film made over a century ago, created by a student of the occult, that can still chill audiences today, and inspires and influences vampire fiction and the whole horror genre. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Have you seen the original Nosferatu or any of its remakes? What did you think? Let us know in the comments below.